Hey guys, Noam here from Safari Pedals, and today is a really exciting day because today I'm going to show you guys a brand new bunch of plugins that we call Planet of the Amps. Planet of the Amps is our first take on amp simulators, and this is something that we wanted to do for a long time now, but it took a lot of time to develop, and I'm super proud of these two amazing amps. We got the Silver Llama amp and we got the Twin Panda amp. Both of them are really unique vintage amps that we modeled. One is based off vintage tube, kind of really boxy sounding amplifier that gets great gain when you push it, which is the Silver Llama. And the other one is a classic kind of clean tone that you could crank up and make really crazy sounds with, but it's really bright and sharp and nice. And I think I chose these two amps because I feel like there's a lot of really cool amp simulators out there, but most of them focus on these great giant sounds. And what I was trying to achieve are sounds that sound great on records. And based on my experience, these two are amazing for that. So I got a really cool demo here. Honestly, I played on the demo, so it's a little bit ratchet, but let's give it a shot, and I'll go through the parameters and explain how everything works with the demo. So let's dive in. So we have a session here that's pretty heavily recorded with guitars. What I wanted to focus on is to really hear a clean signal going in and what these amps can do with that signal. So I'll play you a little bit of the song and then I'll solo the guitars and go through the features. Okay, so you got these kind of chunky sounding rhythm guitars here. And what we've got on those is this Twin Panda amp. Let's hear it in bypass first. So this is just clean sound without the amp. No kind of vibe, no thickness, no drive, obviously. Let's turn these on and go through the features. So what you have in the Twin Panda is essentially you got a bright mode on off. There's a gain that also has drive built into it and some auto adjustment of levels so you don't kind of blow your mind with volume. There's a treble, mid, and boost EQ, and then the FX section, which has a really springy, cool reverb that we modeled, and vibrato that has intensity and speed. So for these particular guitars, I wanted to kind of go all in, and I used the gain all the way up and added some reverb and some of these cool effects. Let's just solo one of them, because there's two, and play around with all the parameters so you can hear what they do. That's a really cool kind of surfy reverb sound. And let's go a little even crazier and add some of the vibrato into the mix. Tone down the gain a little bit. Let's hear it clean. And you can adjust if you're going to a cleaner sound, you can adjust the output on the far right side. So you can go for that like really surfy, punchy, direct sound, which is also cool. Let's hear it with the mix. Yeah, so either way, they both sound really cool. And then you can choose the microphone type. So if this feels a little bit too much kind of information and a little bit too bright, you could go to the dynamic microphone. Let's hear that in solo versus the condenser. Let's turn down the effects just so we can hear just the sound of the microphone changing versus. So a really big change there. And I chose the two mics that I like using on these types of mics usually. You got a vintage condenser and a vintage dynamic that sound really great in the room as well. Moving on, with Planet of the Amps, you basically get the Twin Panda and the Silver Llama all in one bundle. And the Silver Llama is a really unique amp that we modeled that I had for years. I just love the sound of it, but I always wished it had a few other kind of effects in it. So that's what we did here. We added a nice type of spring and a really cool slap delay. And I used the Silver Llama on those kind of responses on the guitar part. So this is how it sounds in solo. And let's first just put it on bypass again. So all the kind of tonality and coolness is gone once you put it on bypass. Let's go through some of the parameters. So you got gain and tone. Let's hear those play around a little bit. So really versatile, but really kind of ready to go with a lot of character. And then when you add the slap and the delay, here's the slap sound. And the spring. Pretty cool. Let's again hear it in the mix, and I'll play around with it a little bit. And lastly, let's just play around with this guitar that does this kind of reef solo sound, and I use the Silver Llama on this one. So the Silver Llama also has a condenser and a dynamic mode, and you can move between the two. So let's play around with that a little bit and see what happens. Let's hear it in the mix. So that's Planet of the Amps. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this demo. Go ahead to safaripedals.com. Check out the 14-day free trial. Because Safari Pedals is just walking into this amp simulation world, I would love to hear your comments on which one of them you thought is better, and if there's a particular model of amps that you guys would like us to model or do, please let me know in the comments. Be a studio animal, go crazy. I'll see you guys next time.